Hi everyone, welcome to Padre Island, Texas, and welcome to Tigner Adventures. So we are all the way down here next to the ocean, and we've all parked here. You can see that we parked right here, and there was one person down the way a little bit, so we kind of pulled in and parked into this one spot, and then right after we did, someone pulled in and parked right across from us.
Right in front of the beach.
Right in front of the beach. We still have a little bit of a view. If you look out our window here, we still have a little bit of a view of the beach to the side a little bit.
50 spots to choose from.
Yeah, there are so many empty spots here, and it's like, now what? I don't know. I don't know why people do that. But anyway, we are here and we're excited. We'll show you around the campground a little bit later. But to start with, we're going to head over to the visitor center, just kind of check some things out. We are actually staying in the campground at this point. We're not parked actually on the beach. You can, just north and south of where we're at, you can park for free for the night. But it looked a little sketchy for a 10-ton rig to be pulling out on that sand. And I see a lot of people say, oh yeah, I did this and I got stuck. And so that makes us a little nervous. We're a little ways away from Corpus Christi, so that would be a little bit of a bill to get towed out or pulled out of there. So anyway, but we're gonna go check out the visitor center, and then we'll kind of figure out what else we're gonna be doing. We are at the visitor center, and you can see they must expect a lot of people at this place. It gets pretty busy, I guess, during the summer, and so they have a really big parking lot. They also have a bathhouse. They have and then the visitor center itself. So the visitor center, we just checked, and it's closed, and it's been closed for the last 2 years. They're hoping it's going to open up in the next month or two. So they've had Hurricane Hannah actually caused a lot of damage with the visitor center itself, and so they finally got each thing fixed, and every time they fixed one thing, then they found something else was bad. And so the last thing they found was a whole bunch of mold, so they had to tear everything apart, and so they've almost got it back together, and so they're hoping they're going to open up in the next couple weeks. So it's hard to say. He wasn't for sure. You found a friend?
Yes, since we won't see one.
Yeah, we'll have to talk about turtles here in a little bit. We are in the visitor center, or no, sorry,
No.
This is a store. So it's a little bit of a store with a few different little knickknacks around. Looks pretty cute. Got a lot of cool stuff here.
If I had a house, maybe I would have a little turtle to take home. It's cute.
They do have a program here at 11 o'clock. It's 10:56 right now. The guy is going to do a little beach walk and walk down to the beach and show some of the different things there. It is pretty windy today, and it's supposed to be getting windier for the next couple days, and then it should kind of die down. But so I don't know that I'll be able to talk much out there if we're going, but I'll try to videotape a few different things and kind of show you some of the beach. The walk along the beach is done by volunteers, and so they kind of showed to start here. We're looking at all the little things that they have found, mostly like coconut seeds, things like that. Most of this stuff comes down from Southern America, and then works its way all around the Yucatan up into the Gulf. And depending on it's all based on the actual currents of the ocean. So all washes aboard the beach here. One of the sad things though is how much garbage is washed up onto the beach. And if you look here, you can see, I mean, it's all broke up. It doesn't stay together anymore because they don't make it UV protected plastic anymore. So all these plastic bits are all just washed up on the beach. So lots of garbage, and they have garbage cleanup all the time, picking up stuff that comes in from everywhere, but that's just what the ocean is depositing onto the beach. They have a turtle patrol that goes by every 10-15 minutes, and they're looking for turtles. So come over here and tell me what you know about turtles.
Turtles. They come in to hatch their little eggs. Actually, they lay their eggs, and this turtle that comes here doesn't just come at night. They come in the daytime too. So very interesting. They have a watch along the beach, every 15 minutes?
Yep, 10 to 15 minutes. And if they see the tracks, whatever, then they find where the turtle nested and collect all the eggs after the turtle's done and left.
And they mark it, and they mark where and they bring them back when they're ready to hatch and let them go right where they.
So they have a big facility here where they collect all the eggs, and it's down at the first place where that you drive into the park. It is not open to the public. However, what was the one thing you called the turtle hotline, and they do release them back out.
They found the first eggs a few days ago, maybe 5 days ago, and he said they found like 10 in the last couple days. So they're coming now, and they won't be released until, I guess it's like what, till June 10th.
Yeah, so
that's
when they're going to do when they're going to release, when they hatch, so they actually hatch in the facility at this point, and then they take them from there out to the beach in the morning, early before the sun rises, and then they release them, and they publish when they're going to do that so that you can go out there and watch them also. So they release them, and then the turtles actually run towards the sun that is rising in the morning, and so they release them and they protect them to allow them to get into the ocean.
People are actually helping them protect them because you're on each side and the birds don't want to come in.
Yeah, so otherwise the birds come in and grab the turtles. It's not like normally, he said, like down in Mexico when they have all the turtles come in at once, lay all the eggs at once, and then they all hatch about the same time and head for the ocean. So there's a mass amount of turtles heading to the ocean, so there's a better chance of them making it. Here, it's smaller amounts, and so they can get picked off really easily by the predators. It's not just birds, it's whatever is around, coyotes or whatever. Well, I'm just talking about getting to the ocean. Once they get to the ocean, they're on their own.
So, other problems too.
Yeah. So anyway, it's a pretty interesting little setup here on the beach, and the back of the beach is pretty interesting too. But you know, the hurricane. What was it? Hannah caused a lot of damage here, and they've had several hurricanes that have come through. So they've caused a lot of damage to the dunes. They wipe out the dunes. They wipe out the buildings.
Is there something?
So we got a yappy over here. Right now we're staying in the campground, and if you look here, you can see that we're just barely down from the campground at the visitor center right now. It is $14 a night. And with our senior pass, we get it for $7 a night. So it's kind of like, well, for $7 a night, I'd rather stay on the pavement than park on the sand and take the chance of getting stuck at this point. And this campground is pretty nice. It does have a dump station. It has fresh water at one end of the dump station. And then at the other end of the dump station is the actual tank dump area. So that works out really nice, and you can pull in from either side. As you drive into the campground, it has a kiosk that explains everything pretty decently. There are 48 campsites here, and what you do is you just fill out the information, put your money into the little deposit portion, and then you take the top of the tag and you put it into this kiosk area that kind of reserves your spot. And if you look along here, you can see that the sites that are along towards the ocean side, they're just pavement, and they are a little shorter. But there's a nice bathroom facility. There's also showers. So the showers and things are really clean and really nice. So, you know, not a bad little setup. And then they do have this little walkway that you can go down that walks out to this oversight or overseeing area that you can look over to the ocean and up and down the beach if you want. It does talk about the turtles and some of the plant life and other life that's around here. And you can see that today is pretty cloudy and windy. So it's going to be that way for a few days while the storm goes through. But anyway, we're just going to kind of continue to the end of the campground on the very north end, or actually I guess this would be east end of the campground. They do have a area set aside that they can watch movies, so they can set up a thing here, and you can kind of sit here and they can do presentations and things like that. So I don't know how much they do that, but it's a pretty nice little setup. And then on the back side of the campground, the units are all paved and they're a little bit longer, so that's where we're parked, and they're level, so that works out really nice. Well, we have finished our little tour of Padre Island. We got to go walk out on the beach. The National Park Visitor Center was, what do you call that? A dud?
Well, they closed it years ago.
Yeah, it's been closed for a couple of years because of the hurricane. So unfortunately, that's not open.
The ranger or the volunteer
volunteer
rangers were.
Yeah,
fun.
they were really fun.
So it was nice to have somebody there. So
we enjoyed the walk on the beach with them, and they answered a lot of questions, told us about all the garbage, all the things that get washed up from you know, the South America and Mexico and everything, and the Mississippi, what it washes out, and then it comes gets washed into here. So anyway, it's the surf is pretty rough. There's it's got a good riptide, so they warn you about going into
no diving over here.
Yeah, no scuba diving, but if you do swim, you got to be aware there's a riptide and how to get out of it. And jellyfish.
Saw how many? 1, 2, 3, 4 just a little bit ago. You know, about 2 or 3 the other day. So man o' war jellyfish. Very
don't
toxic.
touch them. Yeah, don't touch them. That's
poisonous. Pretty. They're purple and pink and blown up and dead on the shore.
So anyway, and then we showed you a little tour of the campground we're staying in. We also went over to the other side of the island to another little campground. It is a little bit cheaper by
Madre.
$3.
This is Padre.
But
it's Madre.
Oh, that's Madre? Really?
It's the windsurfer's paradise.
Yeah. So anyway.
Tempting. Yeah. They said that pickleball was harder. I said, I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm wearing this pickleball shirt, so she goes, this is a lot easier than pickleball. It's like, what? And then I realized I was wearing my shirt. So, anyway, that's going to end this video. Hopefully, you know, you can see, I mean, as far as the campground, it's a pretty nice campground. It's definitely filling in, and we're only on Wednesday. So, but the fishing, the guys across from us that we were talking to, they came in and they went fishing today, and that was a bust. They didn't get any fish either.
It's different.
But they live around a couple hundred miles from here, so they come down quite a bit and check it out. But right now it's pretty rough and pretty windy. So we are going to take off and go to another, hopefully Boondockers Welcome, or to another Elks Lodge. We're just going to kind of be working our way along the Gulf Coast now until we get over to about Alabama, somewhere around Mobile. I think we're going to take off and head up to Georgia. So we'll just be we'll be hanging around the water for a little bit longer. So Ninette's working on her moisture.
Oh yes,
it's all nice. There's so much humidity in the air.
Curly hair.
The nice thing is the wind's blowing, so it's keeping it cool with all the moisture. So it's moist and everything, but it's not as it's not hot and humid. So it's been good. So anyway.
We celebrated Tansy's birthday yesterday.
Oh yeah.
She turned 2. She's right here in the window.
Yeah.
I'm going to show her in the window.
Oh.
Tansy! She's looking out here.
Oh, yeah, there she is.
Does you want to come outside? You ready to come outside for a walk? Yeah. She thinks those birds are pretty exciting.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pelicans come and laughing gulls are pretty loud.
Yeah. So. In Utah, they're called seagulls.
Or Franklin gulls.
Franklin gulls, and these are laughing
gulls.
Seagulls, laughing gulls. So anyway, okay. Well, are we done to end? We're ready to end?
Yes.
Okay. Well, thanks for watching.
We'll
and
see you next time.
We'll bring you the next video will be new and exciting also.
Okay.
So,
anyway, find out what it is.
Yeah. So anyway, up until then, we'll see you later.
Bye, Tansy. Say goodbye, Tansy.
Bye, Tansy.
Bye.